everybody. Welcome to today's Jersey Baseball Show, Generation Next 2.0 series. We've got some of the star players in the state from the class of 22 and 23. And today we are joined by one of the top catchers in the state of New Jersey, who is proudly showing off his college choice right now, Mark Gialluisi. It's St. Joe's Metuchen, and he is a Boston College verbal commit. Welcome to the show, Mark, and thanks for coming on today.
No, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. So I think you are our first BC guy. Great program in the in the ACC. A lot of high end talent there. Certainly ultra competitive. Tell us how the process really connected you with Boston College. Great school on top of it, one of the top academic, institutions in the country. What got you there? What got you hooked? And how do we feel about our college choice right now?
Yeah, for starters, the relationship that I made with the head coach, Coach Gambino, and the assistant coaches are what really swayed me to Boston College. The family-like atmosphere that they have there, and just the willingness that Coach Gambino has, and he really just did a great job recruiting me. He kind of made me feel like family, and when we would go up for camps and stuff, he would always just pay extra attention to me, and he really just won me over by being a really personable guy and caring about me, always checking up on me with phone calls during my freshman year and stuff like that. Especially when COVID hit, we would speak a lot. So the academics were a big thing. The relationship I had with Coach Gambino, Coach Murphy, who used to be there, was a big part of why I was there as well. I had met him in 8th grade, and he chose to leave and took a job with a recruiting company, but he was a big part of why I was there. I wanted to play in the ACC, and it was close to home. When I went up there, it felt like home. It was only 4 hours away. I love Massachusetts. Boston's a great city. And my parents can come watch me play when we have home series and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And a couple road series. You're not that far away if you're playing at Pitt. You're not that far away if you're playing at Virginia.
Definitely.
Who wants to go down to Florida State? Why would anybody want to go there in February or March, right?
Yeah.
So let's tell us about that, because you watch ACC baseball all the time. You see guys star at these schools. You see Virginia making the College World Series every year, and I know it's crossed your mind. I'm sure it's crossed your mind. Hey, 2 seasons from now, I'm going to be playing in that same conference.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a thought that comes into my mind, and every day that's kind of what I wake up saying to myself. I'm like, got to get this schoolwork done so then I can get home. I can go lift. I can hit. I can be around other guys that are doing that. A couple of my buddies that I go hit with. So that's definitely a big part of that. And, every day I just try to work hard so that when I get to BC, the routine of waking up, lift, eat, class, then practice will kind of be like second nature to me.
Yeah. So let's get into this year a little bit coming up. Obviously, a lot of big things ahead for St. Joe's baseball in 2022. You've got you're the catcher in charge of the stud rotation with friend now, but soon to be ACC rival Donovan Zsak going to Virginia. So you can talk to him, I guess, for another year before you have to not like him.
Yeah.
Andrew Goldan, who obviously just beasted out and showed out and blew up completely last year, and dominated on the way to winning the GMC title. And then you got, Jimmy Mulvaney. Obviously, it's your 3D1 pitcher commits. Jimmy going, like you, a junior, throwing from the side and going to Fairfield. So that's also another NCAA tournament team from last year. Got to be a lot of excitement knowing that you get to catch those guys, pretty much every day.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I see him in the lunchroom. We always talk about how exciting we think this year could be. We always check up on each other, make sure we're working hard throughout the off season. We always see each other doing stuff on social media and stuff, but checking in with one another throughout the off season is pretty big too. Just staying on the same page and just checking up on one another, especially with Donovan coming back from Tommy John. Just getting to see him throw 92 on this Instagram page is just freaking awesome. And it's only up from here for him. And really this past year, with our GMC champ team, Donovan was a huge part of that team. Even though he didn't even play, he was at every practice, every game, was always there an hour early. And he was a guy that I really looked up to, being a captain. Like, he just was always there, being the best teammate. And I really think that's going to pay off for him this season.
Yeah.
And, No. Yeah. And then we got Andrew, who I absolutely loved. He's a character. He just completely blew up this year. Getting to meet him, he transferred in last year. Great kid. I really feel like he was able to reach his full potential coming here. Getting to work with him was awesome. Just a great guy. And then Jimmy, love him. He's been my buddy since 13U Diamond Jacks. Great side armor. Really, really developed the past couple of years. Works hard, and I'm always with them hanging out. So we got a good relationship as well.
Yeah. The three of them, to a person, all really credit you with a lot of their development improvement, feeling like confident, like knowing they've got in their minds the best catcher in the state back behind the plate. Take a lot of pride in that, make you feel good, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I kind of give my pitchers a certain type of confidence that they should have. And that was kind of instilled with me over the past couple of years through some great coaches that I've had, like my catcher, Sonny Ramos. And even when I played for the Diamond Jacks, Coach Travis just really instilled the leadership that I've kind of brought into my baseball game today. Like, I used to play football, and I kind of had an edge from that, and I kind of took it and kind of warped it into my catching abilities. So that's kind of where I get my leadership mentality and just confidence behind the plate. And I feel like that breeds to my team, not only my pitchers, but the whole team, I feel like it's a good way to be.
What position did you play?
I was a linebacker and a fullback.
Okay, so I would have said quarterback or linebacker. So I guess I was half right.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take the half credit. Yeah, you can see that mentality for sure. And it definitely carries over for you. I can see that too.
Oh yeah, thank you. It does.
Yeah. So let's talk St. Joe's baseball here. Tell us about the great culture that Coach Murray and staff have grown, because you've been a part of the program since ninth grade, right? I know it was a short season, but hey, all of a sudden it's the last dance and you're behind the plate starting, and you know that these seniors really, really want to go out with a great run, and the freshmen better not mess it up for them. And you guys did awesome there, but the culture, that's kind of grown there, and what St. Joe's baseball means to you.
Yeah. Freshman year came in not really knowing what the situation was. We had two senior catchers. There was a junior catcher, so I didn't really know what my role was going to be. I knew I had some potential to kind of make the lineup. That senior class, that 2020 class, those guys, just unbelievable guys. They really in under their wing between Adam Boucher, Seb, guys like Matt Sott, Caleb Carter, just great guys. Really developed me into the player I am today. And that's how I am towards the underclassmen now. So freshman year came in, they gave me rides to practices during the winter. They, brought me out to eat with them, and they really just embraced that. Like, I was a freshman, maybe I had some talent, and they wanted to, they really cared enough about their program to kind of just, not just be nice to me, but I really became friends with them. And then that kind of carried on. And then COVID happened. We were all devastated. We knew we were going to be a state contender. At that point, I kind of had won a spot almost right before our first scrimmage. It was looking pretty good for me. And then COVID happened. It was really tough. We had Zooms. We went to the park. We would just hit and stuff. And being around those older guys, I really learned so much. And they kind of showed me what it meant to be a St. Joe's baseball player. And then Coach Murray gave us like a group text saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about this tournament, putting it together. Would you guys be interested?" And we were like, "Hell yeah, we want to play with the guys one last time." So the last dance came up. We were practicing. We were like, it was so great to see the guys again. And then first game came around. I believe it might have been Sayreville. We had like 2 home games. Donovan absolutely like shoved. It was awesome. And then the relief guy came in, he got a little shelled, but then we brought Colin Lehner in. He closed the game for us. And then from there, we won another game at home. We got some games at Lake Point, which were absolutely awesome. And I mean, just getting to be with those guys in the dugout, like the energy was unmatched. The vibe was unmatched. Like we would pray before games. It was just so awesome. And I tried to take that from this past season and bring that into this past season. And I feel like we did a good job of that, but I feel like these guys this year, our team, this 2022 team is going to kind of mimic that 2020 team because the relationships we all have between the junior and senior class is just so strong. But I just credit those 2020 guys so much for showing me what it meant to be a St. Joe's baseball player and like how to treat one another. It was just a great experience.
Yeah, no, it sounds like big things are ahead, obviously, team-wise. What are the goals for you individually? I know I asked this to pretty much everybody we have on, and a lot of them are seniors, and they're really getting ready for college too. You've got an extra year that they don't have, but still, I'm sure you've got some pretty serious and big goals for your off season here.
Yeah, off season kind of started in August almost after summer ball. I took August very hard. I started training with a new trainer who's become probably my favorite person in the world. Jared. I train with him in North Jersey. Me and my buddies go to him 5-6 days a week. We train our butts off there. And then I either go catch at my catching coach or I go hit with him or hit with my hitting coach, Rob Benjamin, who's just got the job with the Yankees. He's awesome. And I just have so many amazing coaches around me, and Coach Murray, always texting him for advice. And my goals for this off season, I'm trying to get to about 195. I'm at like 185 right now with my weight. I'm trying to really improve my strength. I feel like I kind of lacked on that a little bit last off season. I broke my hamate bone from just overhitting. Took me about 5 weeks to recover, so it wasn't too bad. Actually, our first scrimmage was like my first week back last year, so it kind of timed out perfectly, but I didn't get that that last month to really finish that off season. But this year, I feel like if I can avoid injury, knock on wood, I will be able to kind of improve on what I had done this year. I wasn't too happy with my hitting this high school off season. I mean, this high school season. And I felt like my catching was good. That's my strongest part of my game, my leadership ability, stuff like that. But if I'm able to really hone in on that hitting ability, which I feel like I have been able to throughout the summer and the fall, I feel like I can really help my team a little bit more than I did this past year.
Yeah. Luckily, with those guys pitching, you probably need 1 run a game to win anyway. So they're never not giving up any runs.
Yeah, talking to people, they're like, you guys can easily lose to this team. I'm like, hey, I don't really think these guys are going to give up any runs. So if we can get a man, bunt the guy over and win 1-0, like that's awesome. Even if we got like when we play Nas and Donovan's on the mound, like I take our guys over their hitters any day of the week because I don't think Donovan's going to give up a run. And I feel like we can hit him, we can get on and make it happen like that.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to score. You're only going to need one. There's lots of ways to score it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's hit you with a couple of random questions here. Favorite Halloween costume ever?
Halloween costume. I don't even know. I was never like a big Halloween guy, but this past Halloween we got to go trick-or-treating with my friend Austin, who has a sickness and he can't walk, so we got to go and hang out with him, and I was Thanos, so that was pretty cool for him because he really likes like the superheroes and all that. So I guess it could be Thanos.
Absolutely. It's not just the costume, it's the memories that you get from wearing the costume, right? And you're going to always remember that. Favorite subject in school?
It's got to be history. I love my history teacher. He's the man. Really, really good teacher. So he kind of is the reason why I like history a lot.
Go-to pregame or post-game meal? One meal you got to have on game day.
Gonna go probably my Jersey Mike sandwich special. It's like turkey, roast beef, bacon, mayo, and some pickles. Can't go wrong with it.
No, well, I mean, you probably run it off. I could probably go wrong with it, but it's not from the taste though. That probably sounds like I'd want one like for dinner tonight.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. If they put you in charge of the pregame music, BP music, whatever, what kind of music are we getting?
You know, it's probably going to be country, but it kind of depends on the mood of the guys. If they're more relaxed and it's a bit of a lesser opponent, probably country. But if they want to get hype or something of that, in that sense, probably go with some rap or some mixes. We're big mix guys over at St. Joe's.
And see, the important thing for coaches is that Mark says it's up to, he wants to see how the guys are feeling first before is it kind of get the mood of the team. That's leadership for you there.
Yeah.
If you were, I'll take football out of it too. If you were D1 in any sport, or you could be D1 in any sport other than baseball or football, since you've already mentioned that, what sport would you choose?
I guess lacrosse. I don't know. Or basketball got a lot of attention and money and fans and stuff like that. Being like a UN basketball player, they win, they get new Jordans.
Yeah, it would be cool to go there and play in the NCAA tournament, right? March Madness.
Definitely.
If everyday activities, this is my favorite. If everyday activities were Olympic sports, what would you be getting a gold medal in?
Getting the gold medal. Gonna go with go with swimming.
You that good of a swimmer?
I mean, I'm not really great at any other Olympic things. Maybe yeah, we'll go with that.
Favorite professional team?
The Yankees.
Okay. Favorite Yankee?
Joe DiMaggio.
All right. So you're going classic then. That's legit.
Yeah, that was my grandpa's favorite player, and he always wore his jersey around the house during Yankee games and stuff like that.
I was going to say you heard a lot of stories then when you were, from him, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
I just lost that. See, I'm glad this is why we have the editing, because I forgot what I was going to ask you, and it was, I remember. All right, we'll pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah.
One piece of advice or quote that you've heard from somebody that really kind of resonates and sticks with you and helps guide you, in your career.
Something along the lines of, it kind of applies to two things. Never take a workout for granted and never take family for granted, because family is really important to me. And I've lost a couple family members one in a hard way. And I always work hard, but I kind of have a reason for it. And I work hard because my parents make so many sacrifices for me that I feel like I would be doing them wrong if I, take a rep off or decide not to hit that day, or, go out instead of doing what I should really be doing, or doing my schoolwork or something like that. That's kind of how I've kind of, as I've matured, I've understood that I have so many people in my corner that in order to not let them down, I have to go 100% every single day. So pretty much like never take a rep off, pretty much is something that I really think has resonated with me and has made me the player I am.
It's also the power of playing for someone or a cause or something bigger than yourself too, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, we appreciate the time, Mark. Thank you so much for taking some time with us here on Generation Next 2.0. And obviously we're big St. Joe's fans. We want to see you guys do well this year and gonna have to become big Boston College fans in a couple years too.
Yeah, no, thank you. This was great, and hopefully we'll get to see you out a couple games this year.
Absolutely. Mark Gialluisi, our guest, class of 2023, St. Joe's, future Boston College Eagle. That's all the time we got today on the Jersey Baseball Show. We appreciate you watching and look forward to seeing you next time.